And your feet. Notice the contact through the feet, sink the hips and lengthen through the spine. Relax the shoulders, lengthen through the top of the head as you sink down with the sitting bones and the tailbone. Very gently breathe in and out. Notice the contact with the feet. Relax the shoulders. Notice the breath. So notice your breath as it comes in. Notice the breath as it comes out. Whether your eyes are open or closed, softly gaze forward as you listen behind and above. And then loosening exercises. So just really let the arms relax. I'll show you that from the side. So I'm staying in the middle, but I'm nice and long through the crown of the head. Just gently drawing the toes in. Feeling the back lengthen. Sink the hips. Make sure your knees point where the toes point. And that you're lengthening along the spine. Then just very gently transfer the weight. Just do the inside turn. Again, you're staying upright. You're nice and relaxed in the arms. And then do the outside turn. So again, stay nice and upright. Breathe. And then back to the middle. let the arms drop and feel the palms nice and open. Use the sinking motion through the hips. Then turn the palms up. Feel the chest nicely open. And change. That's it, good. So really loosen your arms, very floppy, and just getting as much of the arm in contact with your body, and then releasing that contact almost immediately. Nice, relaxed. Breathe in. And then change. And change. And change. Sink the hips, relax the shoulders, relax the palms of the hands. Shake out. And left foot forward, just sinking back and forwards. And then try that on the other side. So we're just Sinking forwards and back. Tall through the body. Nice and tall through the spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Just breathe in, let the arms float up. Breathe out, sink the hips, extend the fingers. Breathe in. Breathe out. Letting go. Letting go between the shoulder blades, letting go down the arm muscles. One, two, three, and four. One, two, three, and four. Letting go down the arm muscles, letting go between the shoulder blades, feeling the ground, feeling nice and calm. You're tall through the body, but you want to sink the hips, make some space in the chest. Letting go down the arm muscles, letting go between the shoulder blades. Just feeling the arms float. One more round. And this time, just let the arms float up and then stand in ball holding position. Breathe in and out. So notice the contact with the feet and the ground. Lengthen up through the crown of the head as you sink down through the sitting bones, tailbone, pelvis. Breathing in and out. And tall bow. Fu bow. Sway tall. Gauguin. So you've got the little finger hooks downwards and you make a hook shape with the wrist. Stand in the stream. Get nice and tall through the head, but sink down with the hips. T-shirt. And then shu shi. And then back to wu chi. Gather rounds with the hands. And breathe in and out. So think about a ball at about stomach height that you rotate your hands round, and at about chest height that you rotate your hands around the ball and push the ball down. Then you rotate your hands around the ball and push the ball up. And also you want to think about the elbows going away from each other and then towards each other. Let the arms relax by the sides. Check your posture and then flying wild goose. Relax the palms of the hands. Imagine you're moving through water. and then part the clouds. One more time. And then change to the sequence. So the combined sequence. So you do one of these. One wild goose. And one part the clouds. Use the whole body to move with. And then we'll do one more. And after this one, we'll do it with a small turn. So the first one, you just turn to your left, go up with the arms a little bit, and then down and come back to the middle. And you turn a little bit more to the left, and then come back. And then you turn even more. So I'm trying to keep my hips and shoulders in front, and then I go to the other side. And then back to the middle. And then the other side. Change. And back to the middle. And then we'll do one more each side and in the middle. There's a little turn, larger turn, and then turning. and then back to the middle. And then when you get to the end of parting the clouds, that will be the last repetition. Hands nice and relaxed. And then dragon plucks the stars from the sky. Just pull down. Just take it nice and easy. So relax the other arm, pull down with the body. One more time each side. Let's go back to this one, just turning the waist and letting the arms really flop. So you want to be moving here and here to one corner and then the other. So get the arms really light. Okay, and then we'll just have a look at half of Repulse the Monkey. I'll show you that. So you just go round in the circle. Feel that this is having a slight stretch, and then release the stretch. Sink down, round, and push. Okay, try the other side. I'll show you that from the side. Turn to the corner, open the shoulder, release the shoulder, push to the front. And I'm square onto the front, and I turn. So I'm either facing the corner or I'm facing the front. Tall through the body. And try both. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice and smooth. Smooth feeling through the hands. Sink the hips. One more time each side. Okay, this time transfer the weight and turn, transfer the weight and turn, and just do this one. So again, we're just turning to the corner. You transfer the weight and turn, transfer the weight and turn, staying nice and upright. Okay, we'll do a little bit of the silk reading. Just start here, palm out, turn the waist, the hand floats down. Transfer the weight, the hand scoops underneath. Turn the waist, transfer the weight. Turn, transfer. Turn, sink the hips, transfer. Breathing in and out. Rounded feeling, rounded shape in the arms. Scoops underneath. Okay, and then place your hand and swap them round. Transfer the weight, turn the waist, arm goes down. Transfer the weight, bring the arm across. Turn the waist, arm comes up. Transfer the weight, arm goes across. Turn the waist, arm goes down. Transfer the weight, arm comes across. Turn the waist, arm goes up. Transfer, turn, transfer, turn. Breathing too. You want to make sure you're breathing. And then, as if by magic, there you go. So seamless. That's it. So you want your elbow slightly below that of the wrist and slightly below that of the shoulder. If I show you that from the diagonal view, so my elbow is at a slight angle downwards. Sink the hips. So I was asking Eva and Corel about this, and you want to really focus on the hips sinking. So you transfer the weight, sink the hips to turn the waist, transfer the weight, sink the hips, turn the waist, transfer, sink, turn, transfer, sink, turn. Nice, big feeling in the palms of the hands. Breathe in, relaxed. One more each side, lovely. Okay, and then just bouncing a ball up in front of the shoulder. Keep your breathing relaxed. One more time each side. And then change. Looking at the moon, Mike's version. Show that from the back. So I'm just keeping the arms nice and easy. It's very like a floating feeling in the arms and an open feeling in the arms and in the chest. Tall through the spine, soft, focused, relaxed, yet alert gaze. Okay, one more each side. Nice. Okay, now hold the ball. Take a slightly wider stance if you want, and then part the wild horse's mane health exercise. You come across, hold the ball, transfer the weight. Transfer the weight across. Feel the chest open. Rounded feeling when you hold the ball. Chest open. Palm up, palm down. Breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more of these. Have a little shake out. Have some water if you need some. We're going to do some exercises in bow and arrow stance next. So we'll, yeah, let's have a look at part the wild horse's mane in bow and arrow stance. So let's get yourselves nice and tall. Turn the back foot out. Place the other foot forward. I'm just going to change the angle of my screen so it's a bit easier to see the feet. Yeah, that will do for now. Yeah, we don't. So if I show you that along the diagonal, it's like this. So you want to be nice and tall through the spine, and you're drawing the toes in, and then just sink forward and sink back. Sink forward and back. I'll go a bit further back. Okay, and then part the wild horse's mane. Sink the weight back, turn. So you sink forward, turn to the front. I'll show you that from the front view. Sink back, turn to the corner. So your hips and shoulders are facing the corner, but your knees, your front knee is facing your screen and the back knee is facing the corner. Then you transfer the weight, turn the waist, and as you turn the waist, this is when you part the wild horse's mane. You sink back and turn. Sink forward and turn. Palm down at the back, palm up at the front, and you want the fingers of the back hand and the fingers of the front hand pointing forwards. Sink back and turn. Sink forward and turn. That's part the wild horse's mane. Okay, try part the wild horse's mane on the other side. I'll maybe slightly adjust the angle back again because I'm now missing the top of my head. Oh, that's a bit better. So I'll show that from the diagonal again. So first off, I'm setting up my posture. So I'm nice and square on to where I'm facing. Then I turn to the corner. So I'm holding the ball. So remember the angle of the arm, you want the hand and the wrist higher than the elbow, and you want the shoulder higher than the elbow. So there's this sloping angle in the elbow, and it's the same with the lower arm. The elbow, the wrist is lower, and you transfer the weight, turn to the front, and as you turn to the front, the back hand goes down and the front hand comes up. So it's almost like you're throwing a frisbee. Palm up, palm down, fingers forward. So your fingers are pointing in the same direction as the gaze in your eyes. So you're looking. The toes are pointing forward as well. Now you sink back. Sink forward. Part the wild horse's mane. Tall through the spine. Remember, part the wild horse's mane is associated with the element of fire. That's it. Smooth. One more time. Nice. And have a little shake out. Okay. The other movements that are in this stance are brush knee and push, and also inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. So we'll have and also parry and punch, and yeah, actually fan through back is in a large version of this posture. So we're just going to be exploring this posture and the things that happen in 24 step using that posture. It's quite a useful thing, and obviously in this room I haven't got a lot of room to do stepping in, so yeah, put your foot forward. So just practice that sinking back and turning, sinking forward and turning, just to get that. And again, you want to pay attention to where you're facing. So sometimes you're facing front and sometimes you're facing the corners. But you want your knees pointing where your toes point at all times. Okay, I'll try this along the diagonal. It might be a bit easier to see. Brush knee and push. So when we do the full move, it's called brush knee and twist. Brush knee and push. Brush knee and push. So we'll do it in its entirety, and then we'll break it down into two halves and then put them back together again. But just try it out. Brush knee and push. Okay, try brush knee and push with your other foot forward now. So you want to take your time to place your feet just so. So you're nice and again, I'll show that from the diagonal view. So my front leg, that's in front, that's the arm that does the brush knee. The arm that's on the side that the leg's behind, that's the one that does the pushing. In fact, it's very similar when we were doing this exercise, and also when we do it in that one, when we look at Repulse the Monkey, it's almost like a Repulse the Monkey, almost. Okay. Okay, so let's just have a little look at that movement. So change feet again and just do the back arm. So we turn, feel that stretch, push to the front, and keep a slight bend in the elbow at the end. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now try the front arm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I will show that from the side. 1, you sink back, palm up, as if you're checking a mirror. 2, turn. 3, transfer. 4, brush knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, brush knee. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's better. It's actually quite a tricky move, brush knee and push. There's a lot to coordinate. So there's lots of room for, lots of scope for getting it wrong. It's great. Yeah. Brush knee, push. Nice. And it's also a very solid push. So so that the push and your weight suddenly slots into place. It's like a short range push. Yeah, I've had that push done on me by Ferris Sturgis up in Newcastle. Very painful, but it's quite good. Quite good. Okay, try that with the other foot forward. So you want to build your bow and arrow stance up from a very good Wu Chi stance. Heel toe. So we'll split it into 2 halves again. So do the push half first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lengthen through the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. keep a bend in the elbow. So those of you that were there on Friday morning in my Tai Chi Fit class, we were talking about long range and short range strikes. This is a short range because you've got your elbow bent. So in punching, these are more long range, but you've also got short range. Okay, now try your brush knee side. So we sink back, look at the hand, turn, this hand comes down, and you really want to relax that elbow and make lots of room in that shoulder. Relax the elbow and the shoulder and make lots of room in the shoulder joint. So the elbow relaxes, the shoulder relaxes. Elbow relaxes, shoulder relaxes. So you want to feel like you've got your space. And then the turn gets your arm to move. So the arm is following the turning in the waist, and you'll turn your waist to the front. And we're breathing. Long through the spine. And now try it together. I'll show that from the front. So there's this happening. One more time. Nice and relaxed. Okay, next is inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, and double-handed push. So we'll just do that. I'll do that from the diagonal view, and we'll do a few on one side, and then we'll change and do a few on the other. And then we'll also have a look at the fan through back and just do that as a little health exercise, and also parry and punch as a little health exercise. So, because I assume you're both staying for the long class, yeah? Great, excellent. Okay, so step. Actually, I will do this with the diagonal. It's a bit easier to see. So sink back, turn, hold the ball. Just get yourself nicely set up first. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back, ward off, double-handed push. So this is the last Monday night class for a couple of weeks, as I am away for a couple of weeks, but there will be some stuff going up on the YouTube channel. Inspect the horse's mouth, roll back. Nice. So feel this is nice and open, then you turn, ward off, and then there's a little turn, double-handed push. So, well, yeah, have a little look from the front. Inspect the horse's mouth. Kind of go forward, down, roll back, ward off. There's a very subtle turning to get to double-handed push, but don't worry if you haven't got it. Inspect the horse's mouth, rounded shape in the arms, roll back. Fingers point to the side wall, ward off, almost touch your wrist, double-handed push, and once more. Okay, we'll do it on the other side. So first off, get your Wu Chi nice and solid. So you've got a good solid connection through the feet. You're lengthening through the spine. Your hips are sinking. Your shoulders are sinking. You're softly gazing forwards. You're listening behind and above. Make sure you're nicely lined up, and then once you're lined up, that's when you start moving. So it's very similar to if you was to play like a guitar or a harp. I was listening to well, African harp player, a kora player from Mali on YouTube. Well, I was trying to get some paperwork done. So and before he plays his kora, he has to tune every single string and make sure each of the strings is in tune. So it's the same thing with your alignment. You want to make sure that you're aligned properly, and that's like your body is in tune with itself. That's it. So feel that open. So it's almost like you have a stretch, release. That's the release there. You sink down. So you've got the spring, loading the spring and then releasing the spring. So think about your opens and closes. You're loading and releasing. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. One more time. Inspect the horse's mouth. Roll back. Ward off. Double-handed push. Nice. Okay, right. The next two that I yeah, that happens in, okay. Well, and we got single whip as well. That's another one in bow stance. Yeah, let's just go through the grab some water if you need some, and then we'll just plow on through things that happen in bow stance in 24-step. That will be the exploring bow and arrow stance will be the name of this video when it hopefully it will come out. So most of my videos from last week are actually up on YouTube now. Do check them out, and there's some really good ones that Mike's done. So 1, 2, you could do it in a chair as well. 3, 4, 5. So this is a bigger bow and arrow stance. This hand is holding up the wet sock, and this hand slightly slightly less of a bend than when you're doing brush, knee and push. So it's a little bit more, this is more like a medium range, I should think. It's not quite long range, but it's quite big. So the footwork goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, lovely. So have a look at it from the diagonal view. So this hand is forward. This hand, I'm pointing. So say I'm lining up with the front screen. I've got a nice open feeling in the chest. This hand's pushing forward. This hand's lined up with the side wall. And I've got maybe 60%, 40%. And there's a feeling of forwardness and also, boom, almost as if I've punched out to the side. There's a exercise I do with Eva. Actually, yeah, we'll do that now. Let's do that on the other side, just so we're not wonky, and then we'll slightly divert to Eva's exercise that will help us understand this a bit better. So, 1, 2, 3. Now, in the 3, 4, and 5, you can stay in cat stance. 3, 4, and 5, and that's just as good. Nice and big feeling. And then once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's, I've been doing a lot of balancing. I've been thinking about balancing and getting centered. Yeah. So anyway, there's really good exercise that Eva does a really nice version of punching with focus gaze, and I really like it. But I'll show you we've done the first one already this morning when we were doing our punching with focus gaze. She does that. And we've done that one before. And you really want to feel, imagine each of your fists is glowing and it's beaming light forwards. So think of like a torch that you get and you see the beam of light. So that's the direction. Okay, now this time, so that's the first one. Then you start here and you go out to the side and you look and you're beaming the light out to the side, and then you come back and then you, so she calls it punching with angry gaze. So, grr, yeah? And you're just looking and you want to feel that you're out to the side. And that's pretty tough. You feel pretty tough. And you just turn your head. So it's a nice little neck exercise. Okay, and then she got into a sort of horse stance. And then what you do is you go like that. So it kind of fires out like a couple of 2, 3, 4. Now this time you stay looking to the front. 1, 2. So you want a definite directional thing going in the 4. Oh, it's great, isn't it? So back to single whip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a similar feeling to that. There's that intentionality out to the side. Try it that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Now try the other side. 1, 2, 3. This bit always kind of reminds me of ballerinas or ballet dancers. They do this. 3, 4, heel toe, 5. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So uses for bow stance. Right, next, we've also got it in grasp the tiger's ears. So I'll start here. Actually, I'll do it this side because then you can mirror. My toes are up, so I'm in rooster stance. Then as my hands go down, my toes go down, I make a fist. My hands, they aren't vertical, they aren't horizontal, they're diagonal. And this rounded feeling. So it's like doing when you're doing your zhangzhong, but your hands are twisted that way. One, 2, 3, 4. 1. And again, this rounded feeling in the arms and quite solid. So if someone was to push against your arms, they wouldn't move. 1, 2. Grab, make your fist. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Other side, so you're not left out. So rooster stance, rounded feeling in the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tall through the spine. And nice and upright, that's it, very good. And rounded in the arms. Rounded in the arms, diagonal in the fist. Not vertical, not horizontal, diagonal. Okay, once more. I think we got it. Okay, so Fair Lady Works at Shuttles. We're just doing the 2 of the 4 corners. So we just go here, step, and this is actually, because it's actually is along to the diagonals, it's a shorter and narrower stance. So single whip is quite big. Grasp the tiger's ears is a little narrower, and it's a similar kind of flavour. So you start here, shoulder, hand, foot. Fair Lady Works at Shuttles. So we'll just try it. 1, 2, 3, then turn the foot in. 4. And the bottom hand is, if I show you it from the side, the bottom hand is in front of the top hand, and the top hand is by the side of the head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Except you'd be along the diagonals. So try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Fair Lady Works at Shuttle, other diagonal, and I'll show you that from the side as well. So 1, heel toe, 2, 3, transfer the weight, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this comes up. If anything, it's a little bit like when you do, almost, when you do white crane spreads its wings. There's this rising thing. similar, you're rising. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And from the side, I'll just show that to you. Come this way a bit so my arm gets in the shot. Okay, another big version of bow stance happens when we do fan through back. So we've done that one, and we're going up to there, and then it's a big step with the foot. We'll go back a bit, you sink forward, fan through back. I'll show you that from the side. Fan through back. So this is protecting the side of your head, and this is chopping down. It's not too shallow and it's not too bent either. It's in the middle. So we'll do a few fan through backs. So we'll start from the end of searching for the golden needle. Then you sink your hips, you come up. You big step, heel toe. Fan through back. Yeah. That looks about right. Actually, what I'll do is I'll do it from the sideways view, and I'll also pop me up a little bit. Then you can see the tops of my hands. So I'll show it from the sideways view. So I've done that. I've come up, big step, fan through back. And while we're here, another use of bow stance, parry and punch. So the fingers, remember last week, the fingers of the hand line up with the crease of the wrist. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just thought I'll sneak this in. Goodness me. So, high block, turn, big step, big bow and arrow stance. Fan through back. Hidden punch. Parry and punch. This is a short range hit with your hand. Okay. Right, for fun, try that on the other side. Ah. Big step. So I did practice my form in both directions this morning and this afternoon. So we're going fan through back and parry and punch. And then double-handed push. Yeah. That's another use for bow stance. Okay. Up. Sink. Big step. Whoops. Fan through back. Make a fist. Parry and punch. Okay, so just to have something a little less tricky, let's just have a look at Park the Wild Horse's main walking exercise. So we're just going to, because we had a look at Park the Wild Horse's main health exercise. So maybe do 3 and then turn round and then do 3, unless your room allows you to do more than 3, and then that's fine. So I turn around like that. So we're doing the 4-part walking pattern. I'll just show you that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we turn round. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, almost. Yeah, I've got room for one more. Almost. Tall through the spine, so sink the hips. Really use your feet. Sink the weight, transfer the weight, keep both legs bent. Breathe in, very nice. Great. Keep going. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the health exercise and the other ones. Yeah, we've got a bit of time, but do it really slow, and think about your connections through the body, that your body's connected all the way from the feet, all the way up the legs, all the way up to your head, and all the way down to your fingertips. It's all connected. So we'll get into a nice but not too enthusiastic horse stance, and we're going to go really slow, so you feel the weight transfer and turn, palm up, palm down, so an up feeling and a down feeling. Now you come across. Now this bit, you want to keep that shoulder joint open, or feel that you've got space in that shoulder joint. Transfer and feel the spring is coiling, and then uncoil the spring. Transfer the weight, turn, hold the ball, transfer the weight, slightly wind up so you coil the spring. Feel the spring coil, then release. Tall through the body, transfer the weight. Okay, now try that with the walking, just really slow as you like. Heel, toe, transfer the weight really slowly. Transfer the weight, turn, turn out, transfer the weight, Sink into that leg, sink the hips, release the back leg, step, heel, toe, transfer the weight. Okay. Right, so we're down to our last 5 minutes. Yeah, why not? Okay, this room's really small. But what we're going to do for fun is go through the first third of the 24 step. And I'll start it over here, and then I'm also going the opposite way. So you want to turn to your left. I'm doing everything the mirror side, so you've got something to follow. If I run out of room that way, I will take some steps back, but that isn't what happens in real life. The grass is still growing out there, so I can't use the outsidey bit for a while yet, but we'll just have to cope. So, and I'm showing it from the diagonal as well, because there's slightly more room along my diagonal. So the first third of the form, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and out. Raise the hands up, they float up, bring them in, breathe in, 2, 3, sink down. 1, transfer your weight to the left foot. 2, push out, weight in the right foot, push out, gather under, hold the ball. You're in left cat stance. Now we do 3 lots apart the wild horse's mane. I'll do them a bit smaller actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. But you can do them as big as you like. And then third time. Cat stance for 5. This time, side step, grasp the sparrow's tail, white crane spreads its wings. 20% of the weight in the front foot, hold the ball on the right hip, brush knee and push, twist step, brush knee and push, twist step, brush knee and push. This time spear hand, cut down, bring the hand down, left cat stance, raise the knee, rooster stance, play the peeper, step back and repulse the monkey. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Third time, 2, 3, 4. Fourth time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay. I think we got away with that. It was very impressive. So, yeah, awesome. So lots of uses for bow and arrow stance, basically, was the theme for today. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to look at wave hands like clouds. I did look at that in this morning's class, and I will be looking at wave hands like clouds on Friday morning at horrible o'clock class, the 9 o'clock class, or you can wait till the Friday morning at horrible o'clock class. So it'll be the Keep Active Edie 24 step. You can do it in your own time on YouTube. So it will be going up. So if you don't want to get up for the 9 o'clock one, go to the YouTube. I'll try and get it up there as fast as possible. So because I'll be looking at wave hands like clouds, because I've been working on that as well. getting the hips nicely sunk. But in the meantime, breathe in and out. Cool, that was a real workout today. Breathe in. The other longer class on the Thursday, I'm looking at each one as well. The standing and another internal art. I'll amend the things accordingly for next academic term's blurb. But feel that you've got lots of space in the body, yeah? Lots of lovely room. One more time. And you're solid in your legs. Okay, and then embrace the tiger. Come a bit closer for that. Return to the mountain. So you're embracing your vibrant energy and returning to that calm but strong place of resilience. So it's just sort of sitting there nice and calmly, but completely undisturbable. So yeah, serene, you know, serenity comes into the mind as well. When I'm thinking about my mountain, embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. Okay, so we definitely deserve to look younger this evening. So rub the hands together and polish the face. And rub the hands together and give your lower back a rub. Oh. And then one more embrace the tiger, and then we'll just practice our solid standing. Yeah, so you stand in your place of quiet strength for a bit. Make a fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together and bow. Great.